Today is July the 7th, and I am on my way to the hygienist at the White House Dental. So this is going to be my appointment. I've had the last one 6 months ago, and I think last time I did quite well in terms of getting rid of any plaque and any other residue within the teeth area. So I am hoping that today's session will be as fruitful as the last one. I don't know whether I've brushed as well or flossed as well as the last time, so I think fingers crossed that I make it through without getting told off too much. So let's go in and see how it goes. So I have come out of the appointment and everything has been really good with my teeth, and the teeth and oral hygiene has been really good. That is what the hygienist said. She said that to keep up the good work, and she also showed me to count the elephants. So I have to count 3 elephants for each teeth, because I kind of feel like when I do the brushing, I kind of am not giving each teeth the appropriate amount of time. So then she did go through that. So I thought that was really helpful. And then I also found out that oral hygiene is really important because it prevents, she said that people with bad oral hygiene, they are 70% at risk of developing Alzheimer's or dementia, which is a pretty scary thing if you think about it. That bad oral hygiene can contribute to that, and I think I don't really want to develop that, so I am going to maintain good oral hygiene so that I am not at risk of that. So gum disease, all that stuff will contribute to it. So that's another reason to brush every day, twice a day, do the flossings, and keep on top of it. Let's do it.
It's Thursday the 9th of July, and I'm afraid I've been suffering from another one of these bugs that has been going around. You'll remember that in April and May I was sick. I ended up with bronchitis, and I got a touch of a cold last week. It got a bit worse over the weekend, and by Monday, when I was supposed to go to the dentist for my previously cancelled hygienist appointment from when I was sick last time, I'm afraid it was so bad that I had to cancel again. So this afternoon I've just remade the appointment for the middle of August, and hopefully I'll be okay by then. You can still hear it slightly in my voice. I'd also been going through what I've discovered as dry retching, it's called. It's when you go through the motions of wanting to vomit, but you don't actually vomit. And this has been happening a few times on public transport ever since I started taking the Ramipril, the new blood pressure medication I'm on. Now, the doctor said that it shouldn't be related to that. It's probably anxiety. But I was going through the motions of all this on Monday when I was at home. Now, fortunately, I did have Monday off work because it was for the dental appointment, because I can't really go to work on a day I have the dentist because I need the appointment later in the afternoon, so as I am less likely to have the gag reflex that I also suffer from. So I think if I hadn't had Monday off work, I would probably have had to have phoned in sick. So a couple of other people have been sick from work this week as well, so something's obviously going around. I've still got a touch of it. I'm hoping that in the next few days I'm going to have recovered. We're coming into the 3rd heat wave that we've had in England this year, or this summer rather, and it's about 30 degrees at the moment at 6 o'clock in the evening. So I really don't want to be sick in this heat.
Good afternoon. Today is July the 16th, and this is the first time that I will have been out exercising, walking, anything like that for a good while. The UK have been having these heat waves. I think that we've had 3 already this summer, which is unprecedented because it's normally wet, damp, and very cold as well, especially in the summertime. But this year, I think because of climate change and everything else, the weather's been really hot. It's been 28 degrees and over for 3 consecutive days. That's what constitutes a heat wave. So I think we've hit the 30s a few times and it's been unbearable, which is one of the reasons why I have not been out and about doing any jogs or any types of exercise, because it's A, not safe, B, I'm lazy, and C, I don't have the stamina to do anything, especially in the heat. And I think I've gotten like a cold and a cough, and I think I do have a bit of a cough just now. But I think that everyone's been conspiring against me, and I haven't really made the effort because it's just been, I just wasn't feeling well, and I don't think that you should be pushing yourself, especially if you're not feeling well. But I have done about 4 laps so far, equaling about 3.3 or 3.4 kilometers. So that's just over 2 miles. I think that that's pretty good going, considering like I said, I haven't been doing much. I've been resting and just being lazy. But I think I need to be out here, and even though a large part of me does want to just quit just now, I think, could I do 1 more lap? I'm not quite sure. I think I'm happy with my 4 laps, and I'm happy with doing the 2 miles. I think, considering I've been going, considering I haven't done anything for ages, I think that that's pretty good going. And how do I stay motivated? No idea. How do I motivate you? I'm just gonna say, why don't you take a page out of my playbook and go out, go for a bit of a walk, even if you don't want to, which I really didn't want to before. I slapped on the sunscreen and I just came out because I didn't want to make any more excuses for myself, and I think that the exercise will benefit my health conditions like the diabetes and the cholesterol and the blood pressure. So hopefully this will make some difference, and hopefully I will get much better. But yeah, I think a little goes a long way, and I hope this inspires you today. Good morning. Today is July the 18th, and I have an ECG appointment at the Central Uxbridge Surgery. ECG, so that would be blood related. I think it would be related to heart. So I think they might be monitoring my heart condition. So it looks like the main entrance is closed, so I need to go in another way. Well, I had a pretty interesting time. So I was called to have the ECG because I am on the blood pressure medication, and the range would be for people from 25 to 79. That is the age range in which they would be scheduled to do the ECG. He hooked me up with all these probes, and I was not sure when the testing would happen. And then I was expecting some type of zap or something. Then I said to him, okay, you have been on the, because he was on the computer for I think like 2 to 3 minutes, and then I was like thinking, when is he gonna actually do the test? So he already did it, and then I said to him, are you doing the test yet? Because I was expecting some type of zap. And then he started laughing, saying, we don't do that. So then I thought, okay, that's weird. And I clearly watch too many TV shows and movies. He said that the results would come in today, and the doctor would go through the results in 2 to 3 days time. So I would expect to hear something by Wednesday if they needed to contact me. So best case scenario, they don't contact me and everything is fine. Worst case scenario, they contact me and we have to see whether or not I need to up the dosage. He didn't say that, but I think that that's what I'm thinking at this moment. So yeah, that's it for now. Today is July 23rd, and I went in to have my annual glaucoma test to test pressure behind the eye. My field vision is fine. I think all the tests did come back fine, so I am happy about that. And I may get discharged because every test is within normal parameters, and that's good. The one thing that I am kind of concerned about is that on the diabetic side, she did find that there was some bleeding in the back of my right eye, and I think she said that it was a result of too much sugar in the bloodstream. So I think I need to be more aware of that. It's kind of concerning because people with diabetes could lose their vision if not monitored properly. So that is one to keep in mind.
It's Wednesday the 23rd of July and I'm at the HealthShare clinic run by Cora Health, and it's in Brentford in West London. Now it's only 8 miles away from where I live in Uxbridge, but it's actually not that easy to get to by public transport, so I took an Uber here today. And the reason I am here is because I was sent for a ultrasound on my liver by my GP. Now I was fully expecting it to be at Hillingdon Hospital because the last time I had one of these done about 17 years ago, that's where it was. But no, they sent me to this private clinic, which seems to be contracted out, or at least being used by the NHS. And my Uber driver this morning said that he thinks it's because the NHS is trying to catch up with a backlog, so they're using every possible facility that they can to do that. Well, first of all, I need to say that I'm very grateful that they had a coffee machine, and the coffee was actually free. And I needed it because I wasn't allowed to eat or drink anything apart from water for 6 hours before the examination. Now that would have meant eating something at around 5 o'clock this morning. So what I did was I stayed up, well, a little bit earlier than my usual time actually. I stayed up till about 1 and I ate quite a large meal at 12:30 so that I wouldn't be hungry. I've actually just devoured a ham roll, and the coffee was very, very welcome indeed. So let's talk about the centre itself and the examination. So I arrived about half an hour early, and I was seen only 5 minutes late, which was good. I used the toilet at the reception area, but struggled with the toilet roll because it was so tightly packed in. I literally had to like rip reams of it out just to get like any of the roll at all. And the hand towel holder was similar. I was sort of like pulling at them trying to get the towels out, so they really need to look at that. When I was called, I was just taken down a few meters away down to a room, and the examination took no more than 10 minutes to do, and the staff were very friendly. There was a toilet just outside the examination room, so I went in there and I changed into my work clothes now because I was wearing civvies, I was told to wear sort of loose clothing. I was going to wear shorts and everything, but they weren't examining below the waist, so I just wore my jeans, and I asked, do I need to empty my pockets, and they said yes. So the examination went fine. It was a little bit uncomfortable, I suppose, and certain bits, I don't like being sort of touched or tickled or anything. Not that they were tickling me, but it felt a little bit sort of uncomfortable. And the guy said that he would send the results to my GP, so I'll just wait to hear from them and see what the situation is. Well, I've got to head off to work now, but first of all, I'm going to finish this coffee because I really need it.
Good morning. Today is July the 30th, and I have my annual diabetic eye exam at the Uxbridge Health Center, and it is an annual thing. However, I did receive interesting feedback from the other annual blood eye pressure exam last week. So she said that she spotted some bleeding in the back of my eyes. That is a bit concerning because no one wants to hear that they're bleeding in the eyes. So hopefully they will be able to provide me with more details about what this is and how to take any preventative actions, and hopefully I will be able to manage this situation and get through it. And yeah, it is a little unsettling, but I think it's better to know than to not know. So let's see what it's like. Well, the lady that took my eye test said that she thought that everything looked fine. So I don't know whether the other person that was doing the test last week did that because she wanted to scare me or something, but in any event, the results will be ready in about 2 weeks or so. One copy will be sent to me, then one copy will be sent to my GP for review. So other than that, I'm not gonna think about this right now because no information is always good information. Good morning from a sunny Rockingham Park. I have decided to come do some jogging in the morning, and walking in the morning, because the temperature is expected to reach at least 29 degrees today, and I think after I get off work it's going to be way too hot for me to do any running. So I recently got a letter stating that the diabetes is going to be affecting my eyesight, retinopathy or something. So I am a bit concerned about that, and I don't really want it to progress any further, and I don't want to lose my eyesight. So I think diet and exercise for me, this is the first time that I've been to the parks, I think since a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks, because it has been really hot. I don't want to make any more excuses for myself, so yeah, that's why I'm out in the park early this morning, and yeah, I'm gonna try to do 5 kilometers, so let's go. Well, I have done 4 kilometers in 32 minutes, and I think that that's pretty good going. I'm gonna head into Uxbridge to get a coffee before going home and then work. Well, I have done my 5 kilometers. It was a bit of jog and walk. I think 5 kilometers is pretty good going, considering I haven't done it for donkey years, maybe 2 weeks. So I think this is a nice treat for myself, because I do have a Vodafone app. So I did get it for about 80p, so I do thank Vodafone for this. So I am really happy and glad that I did manage to get up at 6 in the morning just so that I could come out, because I think it is going to do me a world of good, and hopefully I will be able to make a habit out of this.
It's Thursday the 14th of August and I'm on my way to the dental hygienist. Now, as you'll recall, because I was sick throughout April and May and then in early July as well, I had to cancel the last 2 appointments that I had made. So it means that the last time that I've had an appointment with the hygienist was way back in January. That's 8 months, it's far too long, and my lower teeth I'm really embarrassed about, so they really need to be cleaned up today. Now, during all that time, especially when I was sick, I really didn't even feel like brushing, and on top of that, you'll recall that I also had this other phenomenon of dry retching. Now, fortunately, that has gone. I've only had it once, I think, in the last 4 weeks or so, and I don't really feel that it's coming on. I haven't had to sort of like try to suppress it in any way. So I'm hoping, especially as my appointment is at 3:45 and I'm better in the afternoons, that I'm going to get through this okay. Now, the hygienist appointments where I go are 45 minutes. That is long enough for me. I know you can get longer ones, possibly here, and I'm sure other surgeries do longer ones, but 45 minutes is at the upper echelons of my threshold, especially with my gag reflex. And just to note, for all you eagle-eyed viewers out there, and I know you are eagle-eyed, yes, the date is wrong on my watch. It is the 14th today, not the 12th as it says. It's Thursday, the 14th of August. Well, I'm all minty fresh now. I feel so much better having had them cleaned. Yes, there was a lot of staining. Obviously, it had been 8 months. My hygienist gave me some more tips on how I should go about brushing with the interdental brushes. She suggested that perhaps I find a time to do it when I'm not necessarily even brushing my teeth, because it's just, you know, with the gag reflex, it's difficult because the whole routine of it, the brushing and the flossing and everything, I think a lot of it's psychological. I was just saying that when I was in there, that it's just the thought of it rather than the action of it, and then the thought of it, the thought of it leading to the action of it then results in the gag reflex, if you see what I mean. I still think maybe I should have the hypnotism. We'll look into that. But my next appointment is on the 6th of November, so I'll try to keep things nice and clean until then.
Well, it is a very good morning from Rockingham Park, and I also have a person cheering me in the background to continue on my journey to wellness, and I think we all do need the motivation. So far I have jogged about 3 kilometers, so that's almost 2 miles. I am still feeling the soreness from yesterday's workout. I think because I have been idle for such a long time, I think it has taken a while to build up any stamina that I do have. I have decided to go out for this run on an early morning because the temperature is expected to reach 29 degrees. What that is the temperature, but then the feels like is going to be somewhere like 32, 33. So I think that's a bit too hot for my liking. So I think I'm gonna try to do 4 or 5 kilometers in total, and then I think I'm gonna go back, rest up. I think I'm gonna go back, have a shower, and then start work. But no, I think this is a much better feeling than having to do the exercise after work when it's really hot and humid, and it's not really conducive to exercise. So now let's also do some of these weights. This one and this one. So I ended up doing 4 laps, and I think that my legs have given up, so it's time to go home and get some work done. Again, happy Friday.
It's Friday the 15th of August and I'm on my way to Uxbridge Health Centre where I'm to have an ECG. Now, Paul had one of these a week or two ago, so you've probably seen his segment on it, and I believe I'm having this as one of the precautionary measures that have been taken after I started the new blood pressure medication Ramipril a few months ago. So we will see what happens. Paul said that his only took like a couple of minutes. They attach all the little pieces to your chest, and it was like over within a minute or two. So I've had one of these before a long time ago, I think, so I know what to expect, and I'm not sure if they tell you the results now or have to get the results from the doctor, but we shall see. Well, the main entrance is closed, so we're going to have to go through the side way. I've never done this before. Let's follow the arrows. Just through here, through the emergency exit. Yes, well, that didn't take long at all. I was seen within about 5 minutes, and I was in for less than 5 minutes, I suppose. So the clinician said that the results would be sent to my doctor, and if it needed to be discussed, he would be in touch. But I've actually got an appointment with my GP in a couple of weeks' time, which I think is to discuss the blood tests that I had done, or whatever it was. I can't even remember now, but because I've made the appointment ages ago, there was a month to wait for the appointment. So yeah, so that'll be coming up in a couple of weeks' time.
Good morning from a very cloudy and a little bit cooler Uxbridge at Rockingham Park. So I am going to be doing 3 laps today, and I've done 2 already. I'm almost gonna finish my 3rd one now. I didn't have the energy to do any of the running, but I think it's good to at least get some steps in, because exercise is always a good thing as well. And I did go on those 2 equipments over there, and well, it's to build muscle mass, isn't it? So I think that's also good. I had a bad night's sleep because the weather was quite hot and humid last night, and I do feel better for coming out, because it's better to come early than later, because later on this place gets crowded. So yeah, it's good to be out and about, and I am glad that I did do that, and yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it. And I don't really want to be bogged down by this whole diabetes thing. Good morning from a very cloudy Rockingham Park in Uxbridge. It is quite overcast, and I don't think that we're going to be seeing any sunshine for the time being. I have managed to do about 2 laps around this park, equaling about 2 kilometers from home, and everything combined so far. So I think that that's good enough right now, because I have to also start work shortly. So I think it's a good way to start your day and to get some steps in before I possibly say no to exercise later. So I think this is a good way to get your steps in. Good afternoon. Today is August 19th. Yes, I did go out and do a morning double lap this morning, and I decided to go this afternoon after work as well, because it is clear blue skies, the sun is out, and temperature is 24, feels like 26. So I think this is ideal jogging weather, and I would have jogged this morning, but I couldn't find my shorts, so I wore regular shorts, and now I'm coming out again, because what's wrong with double duty? Because I know that come winter time or late fall, I know I will be rather lazy about things, so it's good to get the stamina and everything going while I feel like it. So I believe today I will be doing 3.2 this afternoon, and I did about 2.5 this morning, so I don't think that that's bad going considering. So let's just keep this momentum going. Good afternoon from a very sunny Uxbridge in Rockingham Park, and the temperature is quite mild. I think I don't really know at this moment, but there's clear blue sunshine. It was overcast and slightly cold this morning, but the temperature has rocketed. I believe it feels about 21 to 23, 24 maybe. So this is the ideal weather to be jogging and to be staying fit. I have done 4 laps around this park, and by the end of it I will have done about 4 kilometers by the time I get home. So I think that that's good progress. I had to stop here and there and do bits of walking because I am still building my stamina at this moment. But the kids are out there ball playing, and it is quite good weather, and I have my SPF 50 on, so I'm all good to go. But no, I have done about 28 minutes, so by the time I get home it should have exceeded the 30-minute mark, which is the minimum that I was going to be doing, because I think we all need at least 30 minutes of exercise or walking a day. So I think I will have done that quota, so I think that that's pretty good progress. But I need to keep on going because I do want to stay healthy, and I do want to lose some weight as a result of this. So stay tuned for more updates. Well, happy Sunday to you all. Today is August the 24th, and it is a long bank holiday weekend. I got up a bit early today for a Sunday, and I did cleaning at home, and I couldn't sleep, and I just thought to myself, I need to get out and about and do some exercise. Today I am at Fastnage Park. This is the other park that isn't that far from my house, and I decided that this is a good park to get my energy levels going. This is going to be my 4th lap now, and I think overall it's been quite good. It hasn't been hot at all. I think that the temperature is 18, but it feels like 19 or something at this time, and it's not too busy. It's quite quiet actually. I think that later on you come out, I think the more crowded it gets, and then all the families and the kids are about, and they're going to be making lots of noise and things like that. So I think that this is a good way to get my body going and to have a good start to my day. Yeah, there is a lot less shade here, which is a good thing. I did spatter on a lot of sun cream because I don't like, yeah, that's me. I put on lots of sunscreen, and there wasn't really that much sun, to be honest, but I think it's better safe than sorry. There is a bike cafe just behind me. I haven't been there before. I think I probably should go, but I do need to save money just now, which is why I haven't gone. But I think it's good that it is there. No, it's a really nice day. I think it's clear blue sunshine, and no, I do love this quietness in the morning. So I think maybe for me, I will try to do these mornings, especially maybe today and tomorrow, because tomorrow is Bank Holiday Monday. But no, look, there's no reason not to be out and about. So I think I've done about 3.2 kilometers at this moment. So I think by the time I get home, the tally should reach 4 kilometers. So I think that that's a pretty good thing to do. And don't forget to stretch after your runs, which is what I'll be doing as well. I have done my 4 kilometers today, so I am really happy about that. And I'm also happy that I was able to listen to Radio 1. I don't normally listen to Radio 1, but I did tune in to Radio 1 Big Weekend with James Cusack. I think this is the first time that I've heard him. So I think maybe I will give his tunes a go. I'm just trying something different, right? So I think that that's all good. But I am feeling super pumped that I did get this workout done so that I don't have to stress about exercise later. So I think it's always a good thing to get your exercise done in the morning.
It's Thursday the 28th of August and I've just been to see my GP, and it was for a whole swathe of results. And it started off with a follow-up blood test that I had, which is a more in-depth one, and also then the results of my ECG that I had, and also the liver ultrascan or ultrasound. So on the blood tests, everything was normal. On the ECG, everything was normal. In fact, he said that was just part of a routine sort of trial that they're running, or just gathering some information, so it wasn't really specifically for me, and that's probably why Paul was called for it as well. And as far as the liver was concerned, there's no change to how things were 18 years ago. I've got fatty liver, and don't I know it. So he did say that they could offer dietary advice, all that sort of stuff. There are courses that you can go to. The thing is, I'm quite reluctant about this because I don't think they really work, not this sort of thing. And also with my lifestyle, with the hours that I work, I'm going to find it difficult to even go to these courses. The problem is that I did go to one several years ago at Hillingdon Hospital, and I did tell the doctor about how it went. I actually ended up walking out of it because I was belittled. The people running it were not sympathetic at all. So he says things have changed, that obesity is an epidemic now and is treated differently. So there is help out there, but as I say, with my lifestyle, the hours that I work, I don't get home till 11:30 most nights, depending what shift I'm doing. Sometimes it's 10:30, but it doesn't really make any difference to me because I still go to bed at 2:30. I sometimes don't sleep till 4, and then I get up at 10, or sometimes even as late as 11 o'clock. How am I going to fit these things in? I don't have the sort of what is known as the normal lifestyle pattern that people supposedly have. So I don't think this is going to work for me. I'd rather just battle through this myself, to be honest.
Today is August 28th, and as you can tell, it's extremely windy, and I think we are expecting sunshine and showers this whole day. So I think I wasn't even planning on coming out, but I think I didn't really get out and about this morning, and I didn't really want to make an excuse on why I wasn't going to come out. So I think I do need to come out, and there's plenty of noise out and about and kids running around, I think, which is one of the reasons why I also wanted to run around, because let's make use of this period before all the actual schools go back and things in this park get a bit manic. So I did bring my hat. I didn't really have to wear it that often, which is good, because it's really hard to jog while you are wearing a cap, and I brought it as a safety net, I suppose, because I hate getting wet, and it's quite good. I do like the color, and this is a good camouflage for the grass, I suppose. But yeah, I am liking this exercise. I will have done 3 laps by the time I finish. I think that that's enough for me because I will have been out for approximately 30 minutes by that point. So I think I would have done maybe 3.2 kilometers, which is about 2 miles. So I think that that's pretty good going for me. And yes, I really do need to get these sugar levels in order, and I think this is a good way to balance it out. And I do apologize for the wind because it is quite windy out here. But yeah, I would emphasize that it is good to be out and about, and also try not to make any excuses on why you can't be doing this. So if I could do it, so can you. Come on.
Both boys and girls are welcome to subscribe to It's Paul and Marcus on YouTube.
Isn't this a buoy, Marcus? And a happy Tuesday. It's a wet Tuesday on this September the 2nd. I am going to the GP surgery for a non-fasting blood test, and hopefully I will get called quite quickly, and yeah, let's see how long the wait is and what the results are for. So the phlebotomist told me that this is for monitoring of the hemoglobin levels, and this does have to do with the diabetes. So she said that if the doctors or the surgery does not contact me within a few days, then I think we are all clear. And she said no news is good news, so then that is really good to know. I am not sure whether you know this, but my sleep pattern is quite bad. I go to sleep naturally in the evening, like around 10, 11 o'clock, and I think I have like a window that I am asleep. I am unconscious for like maybe 3 to 4 hours, and then I get up in the middle of the night, and then I can't get back to sleep sometimes. So I bought this book called Sleep Hacks, and it is by Keith Barry. I picked this up while we were in Northern Ireland. So I am almost maybe a third of the way through with this. But Keith Barry does go into detail about what foods and fruits you could have that will help your sleep pattern. And here are some of the products displayed for you right now. So we have the dragon fruit, and this is the watermelon. This is a passion fruit. This is a kiwi, and this is a banana, obviously. So why don't I go into detail about how each of these products will help you with your sleep pattern. The banana is nature's sleeping pill. So in the banana, they have an ingredient called tryptophan. So this will encourage you to have a sounder sleep, which is why I think bananas are a good thing to have in your diet. Watermelon is a good source of potassium and magnesium, and it is recommended that you have watermelon, like maybe like a cup of it, a few hours before, because this is 80% water, and you wouldn't want to have to wake up and use the toilet in the middle of the night. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is the kiwi. Not this kiwi, but this kiwi. Kiwis are rich in serotonin, and this is a good fruit which promotes better sleep health. Passion fruit is regarded as a natural sedative, and it also helps treat anxiety. Dragon fruit is also another natural sedative. It is high in magnesium and amino acid tryptophan, so they are a really good way to promote really much better sleep health. And they are known as the sleep aids. Okay, I have never purchased passion fruit before. I think I've had it in a cocktail before. So let's chop this up, shall we? It's pretty easy to cut through, and you basically, so it's like these seeds basically. So let's have a wee taste. It looks kind of gooey. It is very tart and it's quite sour. And it's quite tart. It's very tart. I could see why they use it for cocktails. Not the best fruit to have. So why don't I cut open a kiwi? I'm not sure whether you know this or not, but you're not supposed to peel the furry bits. You're supposed to eat all of it. So I don't peel it anymore. And the outer furry bits is good fiber, and it's really good for your digestion. Well, it's better for your health, I believe. Okay, so I'm gonna eat this in the middle. Kiwi isn't as tart as the passion fruit. No, it is quite good, I would say, and it's not that expensive. When I go to the supermarket, they're normally about 49p for each kiwi fruit, so it's not that expensive. Not too tart. Okay, I have never purchased a dragon fruit before. You might think, do I eat the outer bits? No, you chop it in half and then you scoop out the insides. So let me show you this. It's nice and pretty. I think that we imported. Yeah, they were a bit expensive when I went to the supermarket. I got them at Marks and Spencer. But let me show you this. So you cut it, and this is the inside. It's basically lots of seeds. So now let's have like a bit of a taste. Okay. So it's quite soft on the inside and it's quite liquidy. Let me not get this on my shirt. There really isn't that much of a taste to it. It's quite easy to scoop out. Like I said, there isn't that much of an aftertaste, and it tastes kind of plain actually. I think I would prefer things not to have a taste than to have like a sour or like a tart taste. This definitely tastes better than the passion fruit, and this is a bit more bland than the kiwi fruit. So far, these are the fruits that I have tried thus far, and there are other things in the book, such as cherries, walnuts, almonds, pecans, oats, spinach, live yogurt, turkey, salmon, and other oily fish, pumpkin seeds, cheese, prunes, and whole grains. So I would encourage you all to try some of these hacks, and maybe they will do you and your sleep a world of good. Matcha, it is all the crave. So I saw this at the supermarket, and it is by the brand Perfect Head. I have never purchased this before, and this was not given to me, and I'm not endorsing it. I am just trying it out to see whether it's good or not. I do like having matcha when I'm out and about. It is normally like a matcha latte or like a cold matcha latte. I think matcha is in vogue right now, and you see it in all the major chains out there. So let's see whether we could make this and try it out and see what I think of this product. I think I might have it. So here are the different ways for you to do it. So this is made for the Nespresso compatible capsule. So it is compatible with our Nespresso machine, and you could have it with milk, or you could have it with ice, or I could just have it straight up. So let's open this. And there are 10 capsules. So let's put this in, and let's press it. Okay, so this is a shot of matcha, so I can either have it straight or should I have it with milk? Okay, why don't I have it straight to see how potent it is. I have never tried it before, and I could be like eyes rolling back on me, right? Okay. You do smell a really strong green tea matcha aroma, more matcha because it's the powder form. It is really bland. I think that it isn't as strong as coffee, but it will have like giving me like a sort of a caffeine boost. So I think that matcha is a good coffee alternative for those of you that want to wean yourself off traditional coffee and try something in vogue like a matcha espresso shot. Cheers. Good morning from a very cloudy Uxbridge. I am in Fastnage Park, and I did some laps, and I was going to go to the Rusty Bike Cafe, but it doesn't seem to be open just now. I went here once with Marcus once before, and I think I had the matcha latte. And I really wanted to give them some business because it's important to support the local businesses in the area, but how can I do so when they aren't even open? I think that they're only open from either 9 to 4 or 10 to 4. So they might not even be open today, which is a shame because it's a Sunday, and today is September the 28th, and the last Sunday in September. And I haven't been out and about jogging. I've been having a bit of discomfort in the bottom of my right foot, and I think I wasn't too sure whether I should be doing or putting so much weight on my foot. But I did go from Rockingham Park, across that little bridge, and then got here to Fastnage. No, I do enjoy being out on a Sunday, especially when there isn't that many people out and about because everyone's either walking too slow or not doing what they're supposed to be doing and being in my way. And yeah, I think that that's a little bit annoying. But I think for the time being, I do have this park pretty much all to myself. I think I've seen 2 or 3 or 4 people, but nothing major. Yes, I thought that it was particularly important to get out today because I did want to for a while, and I think if you don't do stuff and get out after a while, then I think it becomes habitual, and then you will probably be less likely to do so. So I think I'm trying to stay motivated and to do these things because your health is your livelihood, and I don't want to get any worse in terms of the diabetes or any other ailments that I might have coming my way. But yeah, so yeah, hopefully I might do like another lap, and then I might go to the other park, and then I'll probably end up going home, or I might go home after this lap. But in any case, I hope that you also stay motivated and is active. And thank you for watching my progress while I go on this journey. Thank you. Today is Monday, September the 29th, and I have been out yesterday for my mini run, and I wanted to go to the Rusty Bike Cafe behind me. It was closed yesterday at 9 o'clock in the morning, and when I came earlier between 3:30 and 4, so I've been here for like almost half an hour already, this cafe was closed. So I'm not sure whether they have autumn schedule or whether their schedule is not 9 to 4. That's what time I thought that they're supposed to be open from. So if any of you know why this place isn't open, I would like to know in the comments, because this is like the second day that I did come. I did want to buy a drink because I do like my matcha latte, and it is not actually, well, it's better than coffee, which is why I wanted to do so. But yeah, so I got some rather bad news from the doctor's surgery. They phoned me today at 11 a.m. and I picked up because I was expecting the call at 10:30. The doctor told me my results of the blood test, and the cholesterol levels are fine because I'm taking the medication, and I think that the blood pressure medicine is doing its job as well, so they were happy with that. What they were a little bit concerned with was my sugar levels are still the same, and I think she wanted to prescribe me medication for the diabetes, and I'm not that old, so I said to her that I think I'm going to try to combat this by doing more exercise and to be a little bit more serious when it comes to the diabetes. I'm not saying that I haven't been serious about it, but I think maybe I should have been a bit more serious about it, because it is something that I should be more concerned about. So I am going to go back in about 3 months time. So by the time I go, it will be approximately January, to make some lifestyle choices and also to try to get better with diet and exercise. But I think medication is probably going to be the last resort for me. So I guess this is my last chance to turn things around. Last chance saloon, or whatever they call it, because I don't really want... So in essence, I do need to lose weight, which is why... which is what the carbs is doing to me. So anyhow, I need to lose weight and I need to have like a better diet with less carbs. So I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to increase exercise and also decrease the amount I'm consuming. I got some more vegetables will do me some good. I think this is gonna be a bit of a struggle. So I think when I'm not going into the office and I'm not working or during those hours, I should try to be here. And I should try to maybe do it during my lunch break or something. I don't know. Gosh. I think there's going to be a bit of an uphill battle because I think I'm going to have to do things smarter and try to fend off the need to take medication as long as possible, because the thought of medication isn't really like, it's not appealing to me because I don't want to take it. I don't think I need to take it, but I don't want my health to suffer because of my ego. So I'm going to try to be better. I'm going to try to have more fish in general, because fish is apparently better for me than red meat and stuff. Oh gosh. So it's going to be an interesting battle, me against the diabetes, and I do hope that I do win. But I think so I said to the doctor that I did appreciate the phone call, and I did appreciate her telling me the bad news. And even though I don't really want to hear it, I think it's better than living in another planet where I'm in denial about these things. So there's still hope for me, but I think I do need to get in the bandwagon of getting things sorted and more exercise and diet, I suppose. But yeah, I think I'll let you guys know how that goes. Well, I am back at Rockingham Park, and yeah, I am really close to doing approximately 4 kilometers at this point. So I think by the time I get home, it will be 4.5 kilometers, which is pretty good going considering I wasn't even going to come out today. And I think I did need that bit of a scare to fight, I suppose, fight or flight. And I think that the exercise thing will probably help me. I think it's just gonna be a bit of a struggle in the beginning, and also in terms of the food wise, I think it is a bit of a shock to the system that I need to cut back on my carbs, because I grew up having lots of carbs like pasta, noodles, rice, and potatoes. I think it's just maybe not have as much, maybe not cut it all out, but definitely have a bit less of it. And when I asked the doctor, so I said, I'm not going to go on the Atkins diet. And she says, no, we don't recommend that. And you should be eating things, but just in less proportions. So I think I do struggle with the portion size, because I think that's something that I do struggle with. So hopefully I could make these adjustments, because I don't want to get defeated by diabetes, because that's not a good thing. And I think I could do this. I think it's just accepting that I am facing this issue and having a plan and going about trying to do it. And hopefully I won't fail too many times. But if I do, yeah, I guess the first day that I think I've realized that I do need to do something about it, and I can't have my head in the sand, because that isn't going to solve anything, and it's just going to make things worse if I put my head in the sand. So I'm gonna try to do this exercise thing and cut out the carbs and have a better diet, and also, so that might be a struggle, but hey ho, Rome wasn't built in a day, and just as long as I keep tackling it, hopefully I will do it eventually. So let's do this. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Today is September the 30th. I'm out and about doing a walk today, a pretty fast walk. I'm going to be doing 4 laps. This is going to be my 4th lap around the park, and I think that jogging every day and the next day after I just did jogging would probably do too much pressure on me. So I think even walking is better than sitting watching TV. So I think so that is the reason why I wanted to come out and go about doing this. For lunch, I must admit that I did have 2 sandwiches with the brown bread and the roasted ham that I got from Lidl. So that's kind of like a bit of carbs, probably too much for my liking, but I think I did need the energy to finish the workday, and also to give me some energy to do this walk. But for dinner tonight, I probably won't have any carbs. Oh gosh, like it does take getting used to this whole minimizing the carbs and trying to not really feel no, it's just a change of diet, and I think any change in diet is gonna take some time to adjust to. I just feel like I'm getting kind of overwhelmed by the fact of me having to do this. I think my attempt to get better is a little bit stressful, and it is kind of putting pressure on myself to do it and to do it well. Otherwise, I will be at risk of being put on medication, which is the one thing that I don't want to do, which is kind of why I feel like there's like expectations on my part to do it well. So I think by the end of, so far I've done about 3 kilometers, and I think if I do 3.2, that's the equivalent to 2 miles. But I think by the time I get home, it should get to the point where I do reach 4 kilometers. So I think that that's a good benchmark to stop. But yeah, I think I need to keep going, especially during these days when it is still a bit summer-like outside, and I am wearing shorts. So let's go.
It's Friday the 3rd of October, so it's just time for a quick catch-up just to wrap up this episode from my point of view, health-wise. So I think in the previous clip, or maybe a couple of clips ago, I've mentioned that the doctor had said that I could be put onto this face-to-face or online weight loss course. And I said that I wasn't really interested in it because I didn't think it was going to work. I wouldn't be able to commit to it. It was 10 weeks and you can't miss any of them. And just with the hours that I work, and also with quite a few trips coming up over the next few months, which you will see on this channel, it just wasn't going to be possible. Then out of the blue, a few days ago, an email invitation arrived for the course. So I would have been able to go on the first meeting, but then after that it wouldn't have been possible. So I just didn't choose to go on the course. So I'm not quite sure why he sent it to me after I'd said that I wasn't really going to be able to do it. I've been sleeping a lot later than even I do normally. So it's been stretched to about 3 in the morning, sometimes even later than that. And I think that's because there's been quite a lot of stress in my professional world, let's just say. A bit of uncertainty, which has now been cleared up. And I think probably it's the changing of the seasons maybe as well. It is autumnal today. It's the first time that I've actually thought it has felt more autumnal. We've had quite heavy rain this morning, and Storm Amy is blowing into the UK over this weekend. This episode is going up on Sunday the 5th of October, so just 2 days from now. But I think overall things aren't too bad. I've got a dental hygienist appointment coming up in November, and yeah, I mean, about the sleep, when I say I go to bed at like 3 in the morning, yes I do, but then I don't get up sometimes till 10 or 10:30. I'm getting about 6 hours sleep a night. It's probably not enough, but I don't feel as though I'm going to fall asleep. I do feel exhausted sometimes, physically, more than mentally. Although I do get sort of mentally drained at work sometimes. But, well, what can I say? It's just, we just have to battle on, don't we?